March 2020. In just over a month, the stock market lost a third of its value. The fastest crash in history. Every instinct in your body screams the same thing. Sell, get out, save what's left. The people who listened felt relief for about 5 months. Because by August, the market had erased the entire crash and hit a brand new record high. They escaped the pain and missed the recovery. This is the cruelest trick in all of investing. The moment that feels most dangerous is almost always the worst possible moment to act. Let's look at the math of why you cannot time the market. Here's a simple experiment. Put $10,000 in the US stock market and just leave it from 1990 to today. Staying fully invested, your money grew at about 10.7% a year. A fortune built by doing nothing. Now watch what happens if you'd stepped out and missed just the 15 single best days out of more than 8,000. Not 15 years, 15 days. Your return collapses to about 7.6%. Miss the best 90 days and you don't just earn less, you actually end up with less money than you started. A handful of days, scattered across 3 decades, carried almost the entire result. So just avoid the crashes and catch the rallies. Easy, right? Here's the problem. The best days and the worst days are joined at the hip. Historically, around 3/4 of the market's best days happened either during a bear market or in the first 2 months after one ended, right in the middle of the fear. The single biggest up days in history landed days, sometimes hours, after the biggest down days. To dodge the falls, you have to be out of the market. But being out is exactly how you miss the rebounds. You can't have one without the other. Market timing has a hidden catch. To win, you don't have to be right once, you have to be right twice. You have to sell near the top and then buy back near the bottom. Miss either one, and the whole plan falls apart. Say you're genuinely good, a 70% chance of nailing each call. The odds of getting both right are only about 1 in 2, a coin flip. And you don't do it once, you have to keep flipping correctly for the rest of your life. Every extra decision is another chance to be wrong. The math isn't just hard, it quietly compounds against you. This isn't theoretical. Study after study finds the same ghost in the data. The average investor earns noticeably less than the very funds they invest in, often a few percent a year less. How is that possible? Because they buy after prices have soared and everyone's excited, and they sell after prices have crashed and everyone's afraid. Buy high, sell low, the exact opposite of the plan, driven not by math but by emotion. And remember compounding. A few percent a year, repeated over decades, is the difference between comfortable and rich. Timing doesn't just cost you the best days, it costs you the compounding those days would have fed. Every crash felt, at the time, like the one that wouldn't recover. In 2008, the market fell 57% and made it all back within a few years. In 2020, it fell a third in weeks and recovered in months. Zoom out and something striking appears. A drop of 10% or more has happened in most years in history, and yet the long-term line still climbs relentlessly to new highs. The crashes are real, and they're painful. But on a long enough timeline, they look less like cliffs the market fell off, and more like discounts it recovered from. So if you can't time the market, what do you do instead? You give up trying, on purpose. The investors who win aren't the ones with the best crystal ball. They're the ones who simply stayed. They kept buying, automatically, through the fear and the euphoria, and let compounding do the slow, quiet work we saw last time. There's an old line among investors. It's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. One is a guess you have to win over and over. The other is a decision you make once. The penny riddle taught us that time builds wealth. This one teaches us that time is also what protects it. The market's best days are hidden inside its worst, unpredictable and unmissable, unless you leave. Trying to be clever is how ordinary investors quietly lose. Staying calm is how they win. Legendary investors have a saying for moments of panic. Don't just do something, stand there. You can't time the market. But you were never supposed to. You just had to stay.